Mr. Goodman from Super Mario Logan or SML is a character known for his unique personality traits and role within the series. Characters from other media that share similar traits to Mr. Goodman can be found in various shows and movies. Here are a few characters that might be considered similar to Mr. Goodman in some aspects and that may have inspired Mr. Goodman from SML. Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. Comparing Mr. Burns from The Simpsons and Mr. Goodman from SML reveals several similarities, as both characters are depicted as wealthy and often play antagonistic roles in their respective series. Both Mr. Burns and Mr. Goodman are characterized by their immense wealth and the power it brings. This wealth is a central aspect of their characters and is often the source of their influence over other characters. They often serve as antagonists in their series. Mr. Burns' actions in The Simpsons are frequently at odds with the well-being of the citizens of Springfield, and he is known for his ruthless business practices. Similarly, Mr. Goodman in SML often displays selfish, demanding, and manipulative behavior. Both characters typically show a lack of empathy and concern for others, prioritizing their wealth and needs over those around them. Scrooge McDuck from DuckTales. Scrooge is famously wealthy, and while not always antagonistic, he sometimes displays a level of greed and a fixation on his wealth, just like Mr. Goodman. Gordon Gecko from the movie Wall Street. A symbol of corporate greed and wealth, Gecko is known for his famous mantra, "Greed is good," and his ruthless business practices. Mr. Goodman is often portrayed as a character whose actions and decisions are driven by a desire for more wealth, similar to how Gecko usually acts. Both characters exhibit manipulative and ruthless behavior to achieve their ends. Gecko is known for his cutthroat tactics in the stock market and corporate world, while Mr. Goodman often uses his wealth and power to manipulate situations to his advantage. Tom Haverford from Parks and Recreation. While more comedic and less antagonistic, Tom shares Mr. Goodman's love for wealth, status, and a luxurious lifestyle. Lex Luther from the Superman series. As a wealthy businessman and a frequent antagonist to Superman, Lex Luthor combines intelligence, wealth, and a morally corrupt agenda, similar to some of the main Mr. Goodman's personality traits. Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. Although his wealth is not as central to his character as others on this list, Gaston's egotism, sense of entitlement, and villainous behavior make him a character similar in spirit to Mr. Goodman. Lucius Malfoy from the Harry Potter series. He is a character known for his wealth, elitism, and association with darker elements within the wizarding world. Rich Uncle Pennybags from the Monopoly game, also known as Mr. Monopoly. While a more light-hearted example, he symbolizes wealth and the complexities of financial power. Tywin Lannister from Game of Thrones. Known for his wealth, political power, and often ruthless behavior, Tywin is a key example of a wealthy character with a significant impact on his fictional world. Ebenezer Scrooge from A Christmas Carol. Comparing Mr. Goodman from Super Mario Logan or SML and Ebenezer Scrooge from A Christmas Carol reveals some interesting similarities and differences. Both characters are notably wealthy. Their stories often focus on their relationship with money and material possessions, which plays a significant role in defining their character traits and actions. Also, initially, both characters exhibit traits that make them antagonistic in their respective stories. They tend to prioritize wealth over personal relationships and often display a lack of empathy or concern for others. And Mr. Goodman and Scrooge both affect the lives of other characters through their actions driven by their wealth and attitudes. This impact is often negative, causing distress or hardship for others. Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob and Mr. Goodman also share some similarities. Both characters are defined by their pursuit of wealth. Mr. Krabs is famously obsessed with money and is often shown going to great lengths to increase his profits from the Krusty Krab. Similarly, Mr. Goodman is portrayed as a wealthy character whose actions and interactions are heavily influenced by his financial interests. In many instances, both Mr. Krabs and Mr. Goodman serve as antagonistic figures. Mr. Krabs' greed can lead him to make decisions that are not in the best interest of his employees or friends. Mr. Goodman often plays a more straightforwardly antagonistic role, using his wealth and power to dominate or manipulate situations. The Onceler from the Lorax by Dr. Seuss. His greed and stinginess lead to environmental destruction, serving as a cautionary tale about the consequences of unchecked greed. This is similar to many behaviors and the general way of thinking of Mr. Goodman. And those were some characters that may have inspired Mr. Goodman from SML or that are extremely similar to his character. Please let me know your thoughts about this video in the comment section down below. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!